Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and got a really good one for you today because I am at Main Beach in Laguna Beach, and a ton of graduates out here celebrating. Lots of people enjoying the sun, people playing volleyball. Just a beautiful day. Energy prices are going parabolic. That's what all the experts say, but it's going to destroy everything around us. And before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Don't forget, we've got the email list that you can sign up for. And also, if you signed up for the silver and you'd like to know the winners, check your spam filter and the email list that we sent out. And the winners are on the email list. So, we're going to disperse a bunch of videos that people were kind enough to send me. One thing I asked for was, hey, if you guys get your silver coin and you like it, send a quick video. People did that already. We're getting more, and I really appreciate this. I really am so happy that everybody got this. We did a free giveaway, and it was just amazing. Look at this place, guys. This is really just an iconic beach down here that is absolutely stunning. This is, you know, it's got the basketball courts. It's got the volleyball court that everybody comes and plays on, but just really, really a beautiful spot that so many people spent a lot of time at. Another day, another warning. Today's warning is energy. And there is a man, Jeremy Weir, he's the CEO of Trafigura, who is saying that oil prices are going to go parabolic. They're going to explode. They're going to go so high that he sees the next stop for oil hitting $150 a barrel. Now, think about this. Today, driving down the street, and I saw premium gas at $6.39 and had to get me some of that and pulled over to get that. That is insane, guys, that gas is that high, and that is insane that that is, quote, a deal right now. So, what does the world look like with gas, you know, at $10? And I've asked this before, $12. If you don't think it's coming, you are absolutely kidding yourself right now, because the problem with everything that this man has pointed out is absolutely true. All the problems that you see with Ukraine, all the problems you see with the supply chain issues, all the problems that you see with just general shortages, you know, to say the least. Think about farms, think about communities, think about cops that use that use gas, you know, in their everyday existence to run a municipality. The Cabela County Sheriff. Now, I have to thank Tammy for sending me this one, because number one, I have such great subscribers, and they email me stories and things like this that are local. This one's insane. Think about this. Cabela's County Sheriff in Michigan has announced that they're not going to go out on every call because they don't have the gas in their fuel budget right now. No gas in the fuel budget to get you your call if it's not life-threatening. Now, please understand, folks, you know, we're still going to patrol, we're still going to drive around, but if it's not a life-threatening emergency and you don't need us right away, we really don't want to come out to your house or to your business to deal with that. I mean, that is some hillbilly stuff, guys. That is 1970s. What's Hank doing again? Is he yelling at you, Marge, or has he got the shotgun out? Okay, well, we're going to decide, you know what, just tell him to not go to bed and we'll see him tomorrow. You know what I mean? Think about that. No, guys. You know what? I don't care where I'm at. If I'm here, guys, if I'm on Main Beach, you know, at the main volleyball court or the basketball court, and I want the cops here, I want the cops to show up, guys. Think about that. What about a world like that where, nah, just don't have it in the fuel budget. As soon as they allocate more money for fuel, then we can worry about doing different types of calls. That is lunacy, guys. That is how bad things have gotten. You're seeing a world with all these different states that have hit $5. And again, I know that, you know, here in California, to sit there and make a joke about $6 gas, now that's such a deal, guys, it's crazy, okay? It really is. But think about how messed up this is. Fran Glover, who runs Joseph Dream House, the charity, has talked about fuel in the van, the company van, picking up deliveries Now, there are people that get food delivered, and how they finance that and how they maneuver that to get through, to make sure that the company's going to get through a month to do food deliveries because it's so expensive. You know, how? What's going to happen? Who else is missing out right now? School buses, fire engines, everything like that that requires fuel of any kind, whether it's diesel or regular. You know, here's the basketball courts. Nobody's really playing out here today. It's nice. During the summer, sometimes on weekends, you'll see professional basketball players out here. Just cool. It's just a great place. They'll have pickup games, and the games are worth watching. People sit around and spend the day doing that stuff. But fairly busy for a June day, guys. I'm kind of surprised. So, you know, what do you guys think about this? Where do you think gas is going to go? Because I think it's going to go to levels we've never seen before. Now, one thing, odd and even days. My father was a contractor, had a home improvement business in the 70s, and one thing that he did was odd and even. Well, if the car was being serviced, okay, you didn't have to worry about the odd and even. So he worked out a deal with a local gas station owner and paid the man to get the car serviced whenever he needed gas. His car, the workers' cars, the deliveries, everything. Didn't skip a beat, okay? Oh, it's terrible, damn, your dad would do such a thing. Yeah, it was horrible, okay? But you know what? His business thrived during that time. And then we experienced 18% interest rates, and it was fantastic. So, again, I'll never forget riding my bike home from school, going by the gas station, and the gas station owner telling me that my dad owed him $20. And I'm like, $20? And back then, $20 was a lot of money. So I'm like, why would he owe you $20? So, needless to say, went to my dad's office and said, hey, guy at the gas station, I went and got an RC Cola, okay? That's how old I am. Went and got an RC, and he said that you owed him $20. He said, oh, son, do me a favor, take this. Peels off a 20, and I rode over there, and all was well with this. And by the way, there was a line of cars down the street that was waiting for gas on odd and even days. And isn't that terrible? My father did that. So, it's a great story. Anyways, those days are coming. I don't know if they'll do the odd and even shenanigans, but you're going to see definite runs on fuel. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I want to know what you guys think about this. This is a beautiful spot because you've got a staircase that leads up the hill. How would you like to live in Capellas County? How would you like to live in that county and have the sheriff not come out to your house? That's insane, guys. Okay? And I was making jokes about the hillbilly stuff, but guys, it's worse than that. It's not even, it's just, what's the emergency? Man, imagine that question. Hey, we need the sheriff out here right away. Okay, what's your address? No, listen, don't have enough gas. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I want to know what you think. Gonna traverse up the hill a little bit for you, show you some cool stuff.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Thanks. A million.
This is Ernest Lucas. Thank you for the coin that I won.
Once again, it was Isabella County Sheriff that's having the trouble with the fuel. Now, there's an OPEC member that stepped forward at a conference in Jordan, Suhaili al-Mirzawi. Now, Mr. Mirzawi says, hey, I want you guys to understand that the world oil consumption is nowhere near peaking right now. And we have not seen the peak in prices either. And he points to China. China's just reopening again after their last shutdown. And the problem that we're seeing with China is that once we start to see their usage again, all bets are off, man. You're going to see oil consumption shoot up, and you're going to see prices go to levels you've never seen before. So to talk about peaking oil prices right now is lunacy, this guy says. And when you read this article, it makes sense because we haven't even touched that yet. So, you know, what are you going to do? Seriously, what's going to happen? you know, home affordability, let's change subjects, is at the lowest level ever. Bank of America did a great study on this and talked about how bad home affordability is. And it's at the lowest level in history right now. Okay, but here's the one thing. You're also seeing inventories at a low right now. So Bank of America doesn't want to tell you, hey, this is going to be hell on earth. They don't want to say that. They want to say it's just bad and that you may not be able to find a house. Well, no, guys, it's everything is unaffordable. And people, when things get like this, people do stupid things. And again, I love the stories that were sent to me about Gen Z and Gen X and how they feel sorry for these people because they're not going to be able to buy houses. Hold your breath, man. Just wait a little bit. When you talk, you know, to people like Scott Walters and the Economic Ninja, and you talk about experts, you know, in their field and what they're doing to make things affordable and waiting to buy property right now, what's wrong with that? But you have to have a house right now. You have to hurry. You have to have a house immediately. I'm telling you, I just don't get it. Now, Fannie and FHA, Fannie Mae and FHA, they stepped forward today and they've got a great program. They're going to make houses more affordable to minorities right now. Okay? Why? Why torture these people? Why have assets and have people buy assets right now that are potentially going to go down in value? Because you have to have home ownership? Seriously. Can't rent an apartment, can't rent a house, can't live with somebody else for 6 months, 8 months. Oh, that would be terrible, Dan. We could never do that. You know, I'm not like you. I couldn't do that. Okay? Don't be like me. I'm telling you guys, this is going to be bad because you're going to see so many people that are going to buy houses that are going to be worth less in a short period of time than what they are right now. This is that Hotel Laguna right there. They've got the pool right there. And a lot of people come stay here. It's right next to Las Brisas. But this is absolutely crazy, guys. So Fannie Mae and FHA, isn't this great news? They're going to make things more affordable for the little guy to be able to get into a house with less money down. That guys, this is the kiss of death. This is absolutely the kiss of death. Now, because things are not affordable, they're going to have to raise the loan limits and, you know, and make it so that people can afford these houses and be able to finance it. Well, then the payment's a payment and people will buy the house to live there forever. No, nobody does that. It doesn't work that way. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. You think that this is bad news? I think it's horrific news. And when you talk to all these builders that are having trouble getting houses completed, this is not just one builder who, oh, they don't have a good relationship with the appliance company. No, appliances are bad. Screws are bad right now. Nails are bad. People are having trouble getting a hold of everything when it comes to building. How about flashing? How about a roof with no flashing? How about this? I bought a house in the 80s. And for fun, to get out of my office, I would drive to the house, sit there in the parking lot, in a construction site, and watch them build the house that I was going to buy. And sitting there one day, and they're starting to put shingles down, dot, 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 you know, nail them down, hammer them down. And I look up and I'm like, the peak and the valleys were not flashed on my house that they were building. And I get out of the car, and for some reason, I don't know why, I had a suit on that day, a jacket and a tie on. And hey, guys, what's going on? Hey, you didn't flash that house. What are you doing? And the guy goes, hey, it's the building inspector. Which I didn't say, I'm not the building inspector. I didn't say anything. I just said, this is nonsense. You're going to flash that peak. You're going to flash those valleys. And you better get it done because I'm going to make sure that the homeowner finds out about this. They start pulling shingles off. They laid the flashing down on the house I was buying. I moved in there, guys, okay? Here's the thing. That builder in the 80s ended up having a huge problem because the roofer didn't flash the entire section. It was a townhouse that was attached, okay? And the only unit that didn't leak was mine, okay? So there's some worthless trivia for you guys. But isn't that funny? Builder went bankrupt, cut corners, which is what you're going to see now. You're going to see houses built right now where people are going to cut corners, and that's what they did back then. And I witnessed it. And here's something even funnier than that, is that, oh gosh, 30 years later, I go to a party and people connected with each other on Facebook. And one guy that I connected with, that I went to high school with, shows a picture of this house. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the house that I lived in. And at this party, I walked up to him and I said, hey, do you live at this address? And he's like, yeah, how'd you know? I said, oh my God, I used to live there. And he bought the house during the construction debacle, during the lawsuits. And he's like, yeah, my roof never leaked and they still gave me $8,500, which was funny, okay? But I told him the story about how his house got flashed and there was not a problem. So anyways, you're going to see more and more builders cut corners right now, more than ever, guys. All these people out there enjoying themselves. One thing that's crazy is you've got that rock out there, that's right there, and the birds are migrating towards that. And there's, if you can tell, if you guys have been out here and seen my videos in the past where I've been here before, that is normally a big brown rock, and it's not brown anymore because of all the birds that are out there. So I'll try to get a better shot for you.
Per usual, but oh my gosh, thank you, Dan. I'm so excited. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm screaming. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Go up on Monday. Oh my gosh. And go up on Tuesday. Thank you, Dan. On Wednesday. In other words, we have thank you. On Monday, updates on Tuesdays, and then the market goes.
I really love that everybody's sharing all those videos. I appreciate each and every one of them. And I'm so happy that the winners, you know, they're getting their coins based on where they were shipped out all over the world. You know, it's going to take some people a little longer to get theirs, but if you can send those videos in, please do. And here's another thing. We're talking about inflation and inflationary spikes. This is happening with landscaping now. The landscaping industry on an average is going up 24%, guys, to get your yard done. Well, when does it become unaffordable? Well, it's a great article out of the Wall Street Journal that says more and more homeowners are buying their own lawnmowers and doing it themselves. Now, that's how we did it as kids. I mean, you get the yard mowed, you know. So, you know, I don't think it's going to kill people to do this. But again, people are cutting back and it's having a good effect. You know, one thing I've been mentioning for months, for those of you new to the channel, is what do you not need in your life? Get rid of it. If you have a storage unit and you're storing crap, get rid of the storage unit. Storage units on an average are going up 40%. 40%. I've had people write me that they've gone up as high as 100% in price. And again, storing old documents, storing baby pictures, get rid of the stuff you don't need, okay? And save the money. So people have written me to tell me how much money they've made selling stuff that they don't need. The record right now is $3 grand in the last month. Dan, I got rid of stuff out of the garage, just over $3,000. That's amazing, guys. I have more room in the garage, and you're right, it's stuff I didn't need. But right now, people have money. People can still afford to buy things right now. There is going to be a world when you're going to have credit get shut off. Now, yesterday's video, people write me and say, hey, credit decreases are no big deal. This has happened through history. It sure has. The problem with it is that for a guy like me, it's not going to make a bit of difference. Hey, we cut off all your credit limit. Oh, okay. Thanks. Sorry to hear that, okay? Because there's nothing on the cards right now. Now, the people that are in debt to their eyeballs, they're in big trouble, huge trouble. Need to go out and get more money. Now, also the other thing that you're going to see that happened last time, when we had the credits, we had a credit spike before the shutdown. So 2005, 2006, 2007, even 2008, they were offered credit cards. And at the end, things aren't that bad. I got 2 offers yesterday for credit cards. Get them if you want, guys. Do them all, get them all you want right now. But it's kind of a bad sign, guys. And this is just a historical pattern that we've seen in the past. Now, people are going to sit there and say, no, it's not like 2008. This is not a problem. It is, guys. It's a huge problem. The other thing that we're seeing all over the place is shrinkflation. What is that? That is when you go to buy a product, okay, and you're seeing that the packaging is smaller and paying the same amount or more for it, which is basically an inflationary tool that they use. Now, great article to where this is happening with Gatorades. This is happening with Nestle products, with everything from cocoa to coffees. It's happening with Chobani yogurts, where people are getting smaller size yogurts. And again, I'm starting to look at this stuff going, this is really, really odd seeing this like this. By the way, remember I talked to you guys about see the big pile of seaweed right there? That's all brought in because of the high tide. And if you remember, there's no beach down there, guys. There's no place to walk down there between there and the cave. So we'll go down there to show that to you. But really, really cool. So a lot of wildlife down there, a lot of critters and stuff that you don't get to see, crabs and things like that. But just a cool spot. And we get a really gloomy June weather here based on how the coast is. Coastline's not straight, so you get areas that you have pockets of fog that come in. And I'm telling you, I could drive 3 miles from here, the sun is shining, but here it's not. So people think it's depressing, they just think it's neat, you know, so. But the shrinkflation is a huge problem. You're seeing it with every item right now. And packaged meats, you're seeing it with the sports drinks, the energy drinks, the coffee drinks. You know, Starbucks is raising their prices again. And, you know, they tried to unionize that one store in New York, and Starbucks had a solution for them by closing the store. So people are up in arms over that. My son works at Starbucks here in Orange County, a couple of them actually, and it's kind of funny the way that they did that. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think, but here's more of the silver winners for you guys.
Hello, Dan. This is Jim Christofferson in Westwood, California. Thank you so much. We got the coin. It's so cool. Thanks again. It's very kind of you. We really appreciate it. We do like metals. Bye-bye.
This is so cool. But see, the tide's in really high, guys. And you can see how all that big seaweed ball. See it. But check this out. Sorry for whipping the camera around. But isn't that cool how everything comes in and settles there? The waves are big, and then makes it so you get this big push with the seaweed. You'll get the seals out here too. There's none out here right now. But again, this is normally completely an open walkway. Now this is cool. I am standing on that big pile of seaweed, but that is the cave that everybody traverses down to and walks through normally. You can see how it's filled with water and would be incredibly unsafe right now. But the only reason I could walk through here is because you've got this pile of seaweed that's so big. Isn't that amazing? Now, the tide will shift, big waves will come in and wash this stuff out of here. But that is just so cool how that is. Now, a couple things that are happening, and in my industry, in the medical space, one thing that I got a kick out of was I had a story sent to me about how ridiculous something was, and it leads to the channel here, and that is, there is a new plan for Best Buy to add healthcare centers inside their stores. In fact, so much so that they're betting on this to be the future of the company. Well, think about this. You'll go and buy batteries, you'll buy a laptop, and you'll get your EKG checked at Best Buy. That's what they're banking on. They're also banking on home health care, where you're going to buy subscriptions and things like that from them. But that's what their CEO is banking on. That's what they think the future is going to hold for Best Buy. Kind of amazing when you think about that, because that's the last place on earth. I mean, CVS, Walgreens, places like that, yeah, okay? Now, speaking of Walgreens, Walgreens is suing a medical company, Meritus Medical Group, out of Hagston, Maryland. And what happened was they had a lease for their Walgreens pharmacy within earshot of this medical group. Well, the medical group went out and built an 1,800 square foot pharmacy and said, okay, well, forget it. You know, we're doing this inside here. Had a big grand opening, and Walgreens immediately sued, said, wait a second, you can't have a pharmacy this close to our space. Now, this brings up questions and things like this that you guys may know about, and that is, you know, with franchises. And the most notorious one was Subway. Subway would go out, give you guys a shot of that. Subway would go out and they sold thousands and thousands of franchises. I love when people say they're the largest restaurant chain in the world. I don't think of Subway as a restaurant anymore. And ever since the tuna debacle, I don't think of them as food anymore, and haven't eaten it once since. I did the story last November, December, whenever that was. They had those lawsuits for that. Subway would set up franchise agreements and say, hey, don't worry, you're not going to have a Subway within 5 miles. And then they got more popular, 2 miles, and then 1 mile. Now, the problem was, when you look at a map and you say from point A to point B, okay, that's how you think they would do it. No. What they did was they used driving patterns and said, look, this place is 1 mile away. Now, in my city, there were 3 subways that you could basically walk to. And that's insane, guys. It was too much, too close together, and absolutely crazy. But that's what happened here. And with this medical group, you know, it's not fair. You don't want to have somebody selling the same things. And an 1,800 square foot facility, you know, they're not just selling drugs out of there. They're selling sodas, pop, everything out of that place that that Walgreens is selling. So share your thoughts on this. If anybody out there own a franchise, anybody out there deal with that, anybody out there want to buy a Subway, anybody own a Subway and sell it, let me know, guys. I'd really want to know what you guys think about this. I'm going to finish this video with these last couple stories. And the first one is below, and it's talking about how fertilizer prices are at an all-time high, if you can get it. Now, second part of this story is this, in that all the experts are getting together talking about how you're going to see weakened crop outputs through 2023. Think about that, guys. Less vegetables, less crops, whatever you eat, whether it be corn, alfalfa, soybeans, whatever, tomatoes, okay? There's going to be a lot less between now and the end of 2023. That is crazy. I get so many pictures of people growing their own vegetables right now, people that are indoors growing stuff. So if you guys want to send me anything, I'll share it with the audience. Please do. Final story is out of Study Finds, which I absolutely love. And they are talking about how people that have more than 2 children have weaker brain outputs and are stupid, okay? I added the stupid part. So if you have friends that have like 4 kids, and you can say, gosh, John's so off, it's because he has more than 2 kids. That's what the study says. The perfect number of children is 2. And if you have more than 2, it leads to weaker brain output and brain capacity, and you're stupid, okay? So that's everybody's problem. You can blame it on that. Please do not forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Don't forget we have the email list. And thank you one and all for everybody that sent the great videos in with the silver. Don't forget to check your spam filter to make sure you get the email so you can get all the information from us. And if you want more access to me, there's Patreon. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.